Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Praying you're all good, inshallah, and that you had a fantastic week. Welcome back, and thank you for being on time. Just let everybody in. Okay. How are you doing, Zachary? Are you okay?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm good, thank you all. Thank you for asking me back. I love it when people ask me back as well. I've heard it's snowing next week. Are you excited for that?
Yes,
What
but
do you like to do in the snow?
just playing it mostly. Snowball fight or something. In school we do
Anyone like
that.
building snowmen?
Yeah.
Oh, Zoya likes it, mashallah. Yeah, my kids are very excited. As soon as it got cold, they're like, Mommy, when's it snowing? Mommy, when's it snowing? And I'm like, chill out, chill out. Let's enjoy the warmth a little bit before it gets freezing cold. But yeah, it's so exciting. Yeah, my kids love to throw snowballs at me and make snowmen, but that'll be very exciting. Does it snow in Turkey where you are?
It's actually pretty hot.
Oh wow. Still.
Yeah, today it's chilly, but I don't know if it's gonna be snow next week.
Okay, chill out. But does it snow like where you are?
Yeah, it snowed a lot last year.
Good, good. Where my husband is from in Morocco, in Fez, it does not snow there at all. Like it's very rare that they'll get snow. Very, very rare. And it's like a miracle when it happens, you know. Um, but it's something that we can enjoy other than the rain. Has everybody completed the test? MashaAllah. Okay, let me have a look if anyone is still left. Arisha, Amira, and Dawood, please make sure that your cameras are on. Have a look. I think everybody should have done it. Welcome, Dawood. It's been a while. Where have you been? Haven't seen you in like how many weeks?
I went to Turkey.
Oh, very nice, mashallah. Which part of Turkey did you go to?
Uh, um, it's a place called Bodrum.
Wow. And what did you do there?
Uh, um, like I just like stayed around, like swimming stuff.
Swimming. Wow. The weather's still good for swimming.
Yeah,
Amazing. Wow. So hope you had a fab time, inshallah. So I have a couple of names from the register. Ayub, have you done the test?
I didn't do my test. No, I was busy
Okay.
last weekend,
So
so
I'm gonna send the link at the end of the lesson for you. And then we've got Mariam Hussein. Is she here? Nope. Then we've got Ismail Khan. Is he here? Nope. And then Zoya, did you say you did it?
I didn't know because I had a lesson after it and then I was a bit busy like for the whole week.
No problem. Wow, busy for the whole week. You must have a hectic life. Okay, so you guys, 5 minutes before the end of lesson, I'm gonna resend the test. Oh, but do you have another class next again? Zoya, okay. So you'll just have to click on the link, open it, and then finish it after your next lesson, if that's all right, yeah? Okay. Same for you, Ayub. I'll send it to you at the end of the lesson, and you can do that, inshallah. Okay, so let's get started with the homework questions for last week. So if everybody could turn to page 33. We had last week's lesson on the making up of the missed prayers. Have you got your books yet? It seems to have frozen. Amira and Muhammad, please make sure that your camera is on. Is that Muhammad Ismail?
Yes.
Yes, you haven't done your test either. So I'm going to send the link at the end of the lesson, okay?
Okay.
Right. Okay. So, first question. Salah is the most important act in Islam, Amara Abadi, true or false?
Um, tr true.
Good, yeah, because it's what the first thing that will be asked about on the Day of Judgment. Fantastic. Number two, Sunnah prayers can be qada. Maya, true or false?
True.
You, which Sunnah prayers specifically might you want to make up?
Um, I don't know.
Okay, so I would have answered false for that question because we know that it's fard prayers that we have to make up. Yeah, but then again, if you wanted to make up the Sunnah Mu'akkada prayers you missed, you could do that. But obviously, the most important is the fard. So the answer is false. Okay, it's only the fard prayers. Number three, Sunnah and Nafil prayers do not have to be made up later. True or false, Isa?
True.
Good, it is indeed true. And number four, Salah is a light. Zahra, true or false?
True.
True, good. It's in the hadith where the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ mentioned that Salah is nur. Question number five, why does a person have to read any delayed or missed prayers? Zoya?
It would be a great sin if they didn't.
Okay, good, yeah. Because what is prayer?
Isn't it the key to paradise?
Yeah, good, mashallah, well done. So prayer is an obligation. We're going to be asked about our prayers on the Day of Judgment. Any missed prayers are considered like a debt that you owe to Allah, and therefore they have to be made up. Okay? Please make sure that you are making corrections and adding any points into your answers as you go along. Okay? Question number six, what is a person standing in Salah linked to? So this was in the text, Zain.
Not sure. I forgot.
Anyone want to help him out? The answer was in the text. What is it linked to? Maria?
It is as if they're in the presence of Allah and are in direct contact with Him.
Correct. Yep. Question number seven. Write down two ways in which qada prayer can be shortened. Zain, what did you get for that one?
I didn't do that one.
It's literally in the page opposite the questions. So can you see those five numbers there? Read me the first two, please.
In the last two rakat of a four rakat Fard prayer, instead of reading Surah Fatiha, the person must read Subhanallah three times. Instead of reading Subhana Rabbiyal Azim three times in Ruku, it can only be read once.
Good. And then you've got three other points there where you can shorten Subhana Rabbiyal A'la and just say it once. And then when you're sitting at the end of the prayer, instead of reading the full durood, you just say Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali. And then say salams to your right and left without reading the dua. Um, Question number eight. How can a person, yes, Zoya? No, okay, no problem. Number eight. How can a person estimate the number of missed prayers? Zakaria?
The estimate has to be an educated guess, deciding how many prayers based on the number of days, weeks, or months or years that have been intentionally missed.
Good, yeah. So um let's say you missed half a year of prayers, Zakaria. What would you do?
Would
Six
you just,
months.
would you have to just pray that amount of times for
Yeah,
that
so how
long?
would you work it out? How much you have to pray exactly?
6 months?
Yeah, so how am I gonna work it out?
Oh, you'd have to do, wait, I said how many prayers would you do?
Yeah, yeah.
Months. So 6 months. 31 days I'll estimate. 30 plus 30, 31.
You don't have to give me the answer, just give me the formula.
Oh, okay, sorry. You just multiply how many days that you've been for this amount of months and then multiply that by 5.
Good. Yep. So then you'd get the amount and then you could just add that amount on to your current prayer routine. Okay, that's it. Question number 9. How can a qada witr prayer be shortened, Hamdan?
I didn't find that one.
So it's point number 5 in the method of praying qada prayers on page 32.
Some scholars say that missed witr prayer should be read later. In the witr prayer, instead of reading the dua qanut, a person can read Rabbi Ghafirli 3 times.
Good. Okay. So make sure that you note that down as the answer for that question. And last question, what did the Prophet ﷺ mean when he said, the key to paradise is prayer and the key to prayer is wudu? Isha? Just explain the hadith in your own words.
I'm not really sure how to explain it in my own.
Okay, if someone tells you the key to something, when you put a key on something, what does it do?
It like open something.
Yeah, so the key to paradise is prayer, and the key to that prayer is wudu. So what is doing those things going to help you do?
Get into paradise.
Of course, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Musa, did you have another explanation?
I put that in order to get paradise, you need to pray, and in order to pray, you need to have wudu.
Good, yeah. So it's saying that the reward for prayer, obviously, if you do it correctly and with the right intention, you can get into paradise. And in order to perform that act properly, your wudu has to be done properly with the right intention as well. Okay, that's basically what it means. All right. So fantastic. Please, guys, do make the effort with the homework questions. Most of the answers you will be able to find in the text. You just need to read over it, inshallah. And then if you don't know the answer, you can always research it, ask a grown-up, ask somebody who's knowledgeable, maybe have a look in a book. But do make the effort, inshallah. It is much better for your learning. Okay, so moving on to the next lesson of today, we have khushu. So if you could turn over to page 34. Has anyone heard of this term khushu before? Only Amara. Amara, what do you know about khushu? Oh, and Zakaria, mashallah.
I don't really know anything about it, but I've heard it.
You've heard it. Okay, what about you, Zakaria? What have you heard about it?
Well, I know that my mum still has to do with humility, with like being humble.
Okay, good. And we'll look into it in a lot more detail now. Let's just share my screen. Welcome, Habib. Good timing.
Sorry, I'm late.
Overslept?
No, the problem with laptop, so I had to fix it.
Okay, khair. Alrighty, so let's start off with our recitation. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay.
قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون.
You've got that word khashi'un there, yeah? Which is similar to the word khushu. One second, let me get this up. Dawood Saeed, if you could read the translation at the top of your page in blue, please.
It is the believers who are successful, those who humble themselves in their prayers. Surah 23, verse 1 to 2.
Good. Okay, so fantastic. And Dawood Malik, if you could read the key terms.
Key terms: khushu, having humbleness and humility during prayer. Tawheed, the oneness of God.
Good. Okay. So we're going to look at the term khushu in a lot more detail in the lesson and explain why it's important. We're going to look at lots of hadith that gives us examples of why it's very important, and look at the ways that we can improve our own khushu, especially in the salah. Okay. So let's do a quick recap of what things need to be in place before prayer. So if I'm going to pray, what do I need to make sure is in place? Arisha.
Pardon?
When I'm going to pray, what do I need to make sure that I have in place? Like, what are the sort of the prerequisites of prayer?
Well, you have to do wudu.
Wudu, okay. So let's make our list together as a class. So we've got our wudu. Good. What else? Romesa?
You have to be like clean.
Okay, so we've already said wudu. So what other type of cleanliness might you need to have?
Of your clothes.
Okay, good. Clean clothes. Fantastic. Zoya?
Can you say facing the Kaaba?
Good, yeah. Of course you can. What's it called when you face the Kaaba? Anyone know? What is the direction of prayer called in Arabic? Beginning with a Q. Habib?
Qibla.
Qibla, good. Facing Qibla. Right, what else? What else needs to be in place? Amara?
To be in a clean place.
Yep, so clean environment. What else? Anything else you could say here? Ismail? Or are you just playing with your hair? Musa?
The timing needs to be correct for when
Oh
the prayer
yeah, very
starts.
good point. Yep. Anything else? Is that an actual hand now, Ismail? Yeah, go on.
Intention.
Intention, very good, mashallah. Anything else? I think we've made a pretty good list there. Let's add ghusl, if ghusl needs to be done, because obviously that's different to wudu, isn't it? Feel like there is one more. Let's see an example. Okay. Yes, Habib?
Could you be like focus, like having great focus in namaz?
That could come under intention. I'm trying to get you guys to answer it without giving the full answer. Okay. Kind of like a clue. Let's say if you're sat at home in your pajamas, however they might be, can you get up to pray straight away? Okay, let's say you've made your wudu, your clothes are clean, you're facing Qibla, you've got all of these, but there's one thing about you, but you can't pray. What do you need to do? Hisham?
Modest clothes.
Yes. So what is it called? That modesty with clothes when it comes to praying, covering your
Or
aura. Good boy. So covering your aura, that's a big point, yeah? So for us girls, obviously, like if you're not wearing a hijab and you're at home and you need to pray, obviously we've got to wear the hijab. And then for boys, you have to make sure that your aura is covered too. Good, covering aura. So these are all the things that need to be in place before the actual prayer can take place. Okay, good. Good list there. Alrighty. Anyone like to read the introduction for us? Yes, go ahead, Musa.
Salah is the key to success in this world and the next. Concentrating when performing Salah in Arabic is called khushu. It means having humility and humbleness in front of God and being relaxed and paying attention during the Salah. Every Muslim strives to perform Salah with khushu. However, at times people can get distracted during the prayer, and a person's concentration does not remain at the same level all the time. For the reasons Muslims must constantly strive to improve the khushu in their salah. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, one might finish the salah but only have a 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, or half of it written for him. In other words, the level of khushu a person has directly affects the quality and reward of the prayer.
Good. So if you're somebody who gets up to pray and all you can do is think about the thing that you have to do after prayer or looking around what's happening around you, you don't have khushu, yeah? So that's the opposite of khushu. And it like lessens the reward of your prayer. Okay? So if we go to page 40 in your journals, you've got some kind of drawing
Teacher?
grids with a line underneath. And we're going to have a think
Look at that.
about distractions and things that hinder our concentration in the prayer. So you've got 8 boxes there. Yes, Ayub? Oh yeah, you don't have your books,
Hey,
so
go to the toilet.
yes, and somebody need to get that charger, you can get that too. Please make sure you have a paper to do this work as well, Ayub. So I want you guys to think of at least 8 examples. You don't have to draw if you're not a big drawer. I would love to see some drawings though. But write at least 8 points. Try to think about things that might have distracted you from your prayers in the past. And let's note them down, inshallah. Welcome, Taba. Are you just joining us? We're on page 40 in the journal. We're just thinking of 8 examples of things that can distract us in prayer. Yes, Soya?
Sorry, what page is it on again?
It's on page 40 in the journal.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm pretty sure like there's more than 8 things you can think of. So let's see. Welcome, Amina. We're just doing worksheet number 2 on page 40. Just making note of 8 things that can distract you in Salah. So Ayub, make sure that you're writing down as well 8 things that can distract you in Salah.
Can I just tell them to you now instead of writing them down?
No, because then you'll spoil it for everybody else who's working. Please write it down. It's just part of the lesson.
Fine, I'll send it to you on the chat then.
You're doing workbook. Wow, mashallah, we actually have a full class today. That is brilliant.
Teacher, I sent it to you on the chat.
Okay. Oh wow. Your number 4 is crazy, Ayub.
But there could be bombs going on outside.
I know, yeah. In some parts of the world, subhanAllah. Definitely.
What if I'm in Palestine while I'm
Yeah.
praying?
No, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so has
No.
anybody done any drawings? Any artists in the class? You done some drawings, Ayub? As in for this activity? No, no, that's what I'm asking for. Okay, Zoya, would you show us some of your drawings and the examples that you gave? Hopefully not too blurry.
Okay, so I don't know if it's gonna work.
Yeah, I think if you blurred your background, it's a bit difficult to see.
Uh,
So
I don't
what,
know.
just talk us through it, talk us through it.
So I didn't actually think like for distractions. So I just like thought like, oh, like what I'm gonna do today, and like some people hurrying their prayer to play games, and some people thinking what they're gonna eat today.
Definitely, yep, especially if you're hungry. So, yep, Musa, what else did you write?
I did like drawings, but they're not very good.
That's okay. What's the
I did
example
I
though?
did three.
Tell us what the example is. What
Uh, so one
practice?
was uh, so one was like people talking in the background, and the other one was like when you smell food, and the other one was like some like sniggering after praying.
Okay, good. Anyone got anything different to all of them? Hisham?
I know when people are distracting me, like I was praying once and my cousin kept jumping on my prayer mat and stuff. That's really distracting me then.
Okay. Anything else, Ayub?
I sent all of the other ones on chat as well. I sent 3 more.
Okay. What's the belt of doom?
So in Yemen, if you're bad, you get hit by a belt, and I call it the belt of doom. When you see the belt
Okay.
of doom, you're gonna become very distracted.
Madness. Okay, so you've said football game. Yep. Food, already been mentioned. Games. Yep. Shaitan. Obviously, he's the one that causes all of these things in the first place. Habib.
What about a gunshot? A gunshot.
It's the same. If you're living in a war zone, it's the same thing, isn't it, with all the sounds? Habib, anything else?
Put praying in a busy place, or like
Okay,
heavy
pretty.
feeling on the body.
Okay, good. Zain?
Maybe thoughts and pets and your surroundings.
Sorry, what did you say?
Thoughts, pets, and surroundings.
Yep, definitely thoughts, thinking that. Yep. Amara?
If you're like feeling tired.
Yeah, very good. So tiredness as well. Okay, so some of the other things. Hands up if you have younger siblings here, or almost all of you. Hands up if those younger siblings are, let's say, younger than 3 years old. Oh, nobody has very young siblings. Okay, I'm Amina. So how distracting is it, or you may have cousins, when like a baby or a toddler is near you, like they jump on you. I've had my kids, like, even my 4-year-old tries to jump on me and like stay on me for the whole duration of prayer. And like I'm old now, so I can't even get up while he's on me. So it's so difficult. But that is a massive distraction. Using the bathroom, nobody mentioned that. So if you need to go and relieve yourself, um, we talked about food, feeling hungry. Nobody mentioned mobile phones. We mentioned TV, but not mobile phones. Let's say your phone is going ping, 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 and you're praying. Busy work life. So let's say, I don't know, you're revising for an exam and you go to pray and you're like, no, no, I need to hurry up and get back to my revision or whatever. Or like you're a parent or you're working, so you got household duties or you got work. And then the other one is your actual prayer mat. How can your prayer mat be a distraction? Amina,
Oh wait, I forgot. Mummy.
go on. Like somebody gives you a prayer mat, and when you pray on it, you just get distracted by it. How could it be causing you a distraction?
I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I see like faces on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, we've all seen that. You know, sometimes when you're praying on your prayer mat a lot, your own face is the one that makes the indent on that. But yeah, I've heard that too. What else, Ismail?
There could be like a impressive like architecture or something, and you could be like staring at, like
Yeah.
analyzing it.
So if you're somebody who gets really distracted by patterns, and I'm sure we've all done it at one point, especially when you're praying behind somebody and your prayer mat has, like, you know, those lines, and you just start following the lines from one end to another. So if you're a person that gets distracted by your prayer mat, it might be a good idea to switch to a very simple one. Okay? Let's move on. So the Prophet Muhammad SAW said that, where was it that he said? Here. He said that there is no prayer while food is present or while one is withholding the call of nature. So what is this hadith telling us? What can you take from this hadith, Amira? Read it again in green.
There is no prayer while food is present or while one is withholding the call of nature.
Okay.
Like you don't pray when there's like distractions around you, because then like you'll be too focused on like things that are happening around you, and you're not gonna like remember Allah in like the way He wants. Like you're not gonna have like that focus on Him. You're gonna be like focusing on all different things.
Good. So what do you think the Prophet ﷺ is advising us in this situation then, Dawood Said? What's he advising us to do?
Sorry?
According to the hadith that's on your screens, what is he
Yeah.
advising us to do?
So when food is present, so I guess that means like when food's in your mouth. So he's saying you should finish eating first and then pray.
Yes. So not even food in your mouth. Let's say food is ready on the table, and let's say you can smell it and it's ready to eat, but you go to pray instead. He's saying that it's better for you to go eat the food first, as long as there's time for the prayer. Go eat first, then pray. Okay? And what about the second part then, Dawood Said?
What would withholding the call of nature be?
It means basically you need to use the bathroom.
So you have to go. You should go use the bathroom first, then redo your wudu, and then pray.
Fantastic. Oh, and well done for saying to redo your wudu as well. That's quite important. Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's beautiful, isn't it, that advice? Because it says that, you know, deal with your matters first and then come to pray, you know? Alhamdulillah. So religion is so ease in that way. Okay. Um, Nahyan, could you read the green hadith on the screen for me?
Worship God as though you see him, and if you do not see him, know that he sees you.
Okay. Some of you might have heard this statement before. Does anybody know what it's linked to? It's linked to a concept in Islam, beginning with I. So you've got Islam, and you've got Iman, and then you've got what is it, Dawood Malik?
Ihsan.
It is ihsan. So ihsan is sort of perfecting that inner part of you, that spiritual part of you, your perfection of faith. So what does it mean to worship God as though you see him? What do you think that means? Can anyone explain that in their own words? Khadija, what does it mean to worship God as though you see him?
I'm not sure.
Mariam, do you want to help her out?
Like, if you pretend to see Allah, you'll pray like the best you could.
Yeah. So if you make yourself aware that Allah's watching me in every situation, you're more likely to do the right thing, aren't you? And you're more likely to do things to the best of your ability. That's what it means to have ihsan, and that's what it means to worship God as though you see him. Okay? And this is one of the concepts we're going to look at when we come to improving our concentration in the prayer. Okay? Got another question for you guys. Do you think a person is allowed to close their eyes to concentrate in prayer? What do you think, Ramesa? Can we close our eyes to concentrate in prayer?
No,
Why not?
because you need to focus on like actually praying.
Good. Yeah, but can't closing your eyes help you focus as well?
I mean, you can't see, so like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, very good points you made there. What else can we say about that, Musa?
You might fall asleep.
Yeah, good point, actually. Fantastic. Hisham?
I think you can because like it helps you get all the things around you, like all the people who are in the room as well. Then just they stop distracting you when your eyes are closed.
Yeah. So I think you can close your eyes for a brief moment. Let's say you're getting really distracted in your prayer. You can shut your eyes for a moment to sort of get back into that concentration and then open your eyes again. Okay? I think it's a good way to regain that concentration in prayer, but it shouldn't be done for too much of a long time, from the good points that you made. Sorry, can't remember who made the points, mashallah, but they were good points about being able to concentrate in your prayer. Okay, so let's have a look at the ways then we can increase this concentration in prayer, or what we call our khushu. Let's see. Arisha, could you please read the first two paragraphs on making dua and praying as if you see him?
There are a number of ways in which a person can improve their concentration in prayer. Make dua. The best way to increase the khushu in prayer is to make dua and ask God for help and guidance. It is important to pray to God and beg him for khushu in prayer and protection against losing focus. Pray as if you see him. Worshippers should be mindful. Worshippers should be mindful of God and remember that they are standing in front of the Lord, of the word speaking with him, as the Prophet ﷺ said, mentioned in the Hadith, worship God as though you see him, and if you do not see him, you know that he sees you.
Good. So there's that concept of ihsan mentioned there to help you improve your concentration. Okay. Then we spoke a little bit about distractions. So how can we make sure that these distractions don't distract us in prayer? Isa, if you could read the paragraph on distractions and wudu.
Distraction. Before standing up for Salah, Try to deal with any urgent matters which demand attention. For example, make sure that there is no need to go to the bathroom. Keep a baby or young child busy or distracted. Switch off any mobile phones. Have something to eat to avoid thinking about food, as the Prophet instructed. There is no prayer while food is present or while one is withholding the call of nature. A person should ensure that their wudu is performed well with care and attention. As the Prophet said, the key to paradise is prayer, and the key to prayers was
Good. So getting rid of those distractions then. Hamdan, what can you do before your prayer if you're in a room where there's a lot of people talking and there's a lot of noise?
You could tell the people to be quiet, or you can move to another room.
Good, very good. Okay, so the next two paragraphs is about being mindful and understanding. Amara, if you could read them, please.
Be mindful. Worshippers should try and stay focused during the salah instead of letting their thoughts wander. They should remind themselves to focus as soon as their thoughts drift away. It is helpful to keep away from anything that makes you forget about the remembrance of God. Khushu in prayer increases when the heart and mind are focused. Understanding. A person should review the meaning of the prayer in their first language. By understanding the meaning of what is being read, a person is more likely to pay attention and thereby develop khushu. It is important to review not only the salah but also some surahs from the Quran.
Good. So how many of you here actually know the meaning of, for example, Surah Al-Fatiha? Okay, so very few people. So then a lot of you here, when you're reading prayer, you don't actually know what you're saying, do you? So the book gives a really good advice. It says, go and learn the meaning of what you're reading, and you'll be more likely to pay attention because then you know. Because salah, we've talked about before, is a direct conversation with God, okay? But you're speaking in a language to God that you don't understand. You need to know what you're saying so that when you stand to pray and you say these words in Arabic, you know exactly what you're saying to God. You know that when you say ihdina sirat al-mustaqim, you're telling God, Ya Allah, please guide me on the straight path. Yeah? So that's just an example. So that's really good homework for you guys to go and learn the meaning of what you're reading. As well as that, you should also practice some of the surahs as well and increase your knowledge. These two will also help as well. Ismail, if you could read the paragraphs on practicing surahs and knowledge.
For those who have memorized surahs or other verses of the Quran, it is important to practice reciting them in salah, varying what is being read. In this way, khushu develops. Another method is to visualize the Arabic words of each surah and their meanings. Knowledge. A person should try and learn Islamic knowledge by learning the Quran, Sunnah, Tawheed, and various other aspects of Islam. A person is more likely to engage more with the prayer, as Quran states, it is only the learned amongst his servants who truly fear God.
Good. So, guys, why do you think it might be harder for somebody to concentrate in Taraweeh prayers? Maya, what is it about Taraweeh?
It's late at night, so you're tired.
Yep, so it is late after Isha, so you might be a bit tired. Good. What else, Hisham?
It's really long, so he might start to lose concentration like halfway through.
Yep, so in Taraweeh, you know that they are trying to complete the whole recitation of the Quran, so it is quite long. Yep, and try to think about the time it takes place as well. What you do during the day. Amara?
It's during Ramadan when you were like fasting the whole day, so that could like
Yeah.
make you more tired.
Exactly, yeah. So fasting during the day. So these points are really good. The concentration points that we went through to especially help you with those difficult prayers like Taraweeh. Okay? Right. Da, 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 da. Let's have a look at this picture here. Who likes baklava? Nice, mashallah. It's too sweet for me. I'm more of a kunafa person. Okay. How might a tray of baklava be distracting before prayer? Let's say you've come to the Eid prayer and they're just about to pray, and like there's a massive like dessert table on the way to the masjid. How might that be a distraction? Zakaria? Is that your hand up?
Yeah, because it's so tempting to eat and you're thinking about that constantly.
Yeah, especially if you like not eat breakfast and you go straight to the prayer. Yep. So another advice is to relax, mashallah. So Ayub, if you could read the paragraph on relaxation for us.
A person should be attentive and relaxed during Salah and not rush through it. In a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said, when you get up for Salah, perform wudu properly. Then face the Qibla and say Allahu Akbar. And then recite what you know of the Quran. And then go into ruku and remain in the state till you feel at rest. Then raise your head, stand straight till you feel at rest, and then perform sujood till you feel at rest, and then sit up till you feel at rest, and then perform sujood again till you feel at rest, and do all this in all your prayers.
Good, mashallah. So I like this. It's telling us to kind of be like slow and steady in your salah and taking every step as like, really truly feeling the prayer. Okay. We missed a paragraph. Nobody noticed the paragraph on death, and I feel like this one is so, so important. Why do you think it's so important when it comes to death and concentrating in prayer, Habib?
I think death, like thinking about death, will help you like the most out of everything that is given here so far, because it's one of like biggest fears that people fear.
Mhm.
It's like I think, yeah, I think in the world it's like top 5 or top 3 things that people fear the most.
Wow, thank you for that fact. So what are the other things that people fear the most? Clowns.
I don't know, I can't remember.
Does anybody know what they are? So
No, I
death.
only searched up about death.
Anyone think what the other two might be? What do you think like the world's biggest fear is? Death and any ideas? Amina?
A lot of people are scared of spiders.
Oh, right. What is it called? Is it arachnophobia, isn't it? Wow, okay. Spiders, what else, Zoya?
Scared of heights?
What, sorry, bias?
Scared of heights.
Heights. Okay, wow. How many people here are actually scared of heights? Okay, a few people, not a lot of you. Oh my gosh, I think I would struggle in life if I was scared of heights because I love traveling and all of that. So do you guys get scared when you go on planes then? Like the height people, or you can't really see what's going on outside, do you? Hisham?
A lot of people are scared of black holes.
Black holes. What, like we're just gonna get sucked into a black hole? But then we're
Yeah.
still gonna be Earth. So if we get sucked into a black hole, we just move to another part of the galaxy. Oh wait,
I
but then
don't,
we'll be away
I'm
from the
not sure
sun.
if that's how they work.
You don't know. Oh, it's not. I think I've been watching too many space movies. Black holes. Oh, weird. Oh, that's weird. Okay, Habib, can you read the paragraph on death for us, please?
Mm. Death. A person should think of the prayer they are about to perform as the last prayer. By remembering death, the reality and importance of the prayer comes to mind. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Remember often remember often the destroyer of pleasures." pleasures.
Yep. Has anyone ever heard that saying, pray before you're prayed on? Anyone know what it means? What does it mean to pray before you're prayed on? What do you think that's suggesting, Zakaria?
It sounds a little bit dark, but it's basically once you pass away, you're preyed upon before you're like buried.
Yeah, what is that specific prayer called?
Like janaza prayer.
Yeah. So it's basically saying pray your 5 daily prayers before your janaza comes along. Yeah, it's a bit dark, but it's a good reminder, isn't it? Because death is a reality. No, I don't think death is a reality that we're all going to face one day. So we should remember that, and we should actually think about it daily. I remember reading really good books about death, and somebody who thinks about death a certain number of times a day, like their rank is very high, as opposed to somebody who doesn't think about death. Okay, but then again, when you do think about death, you need to have a balance in your life as well. So it shouldn't always be fear, fear, fear. You should live a balance of hope as well. Okay. There's a couple of these questions. Or
I do know what the biggest fear is. I have a book on it.
oh, fantastic! Share with us. I like to know facts.
So, the biggest fear is acrophobia, which is the fear of heights.
Wow. Okay.
And then the second is arachnophobia.
So heights and then spiders.
Heights and then spiders. I think the next one is like darkness or something. But I just thought that.
So where does death come in there then?
It wasn't actually in there. It's in the book. I just know the top three.
Ah, right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So based on that hadith, it says the destroyer of pleasures. Why is death the destroyer of pleasures? What does that mean? What do you think it means, Isha, the destroyer of pleasures?
I think it means, I think the destroyer of pleasures means like the devil kind of.
Okay, it could relate to the people who follow the devil in the life. So, people who live like the life of just pleasures and they don't remember death. Nahyan?
I just wanted to say like about the fear, like the fear matter. All fears end up in one common fear, which is death. Because like even if it's fear of like heights, fear of darkness, fear of holes, like you're ultimately worried about death.
That's
That's
very
what.
interesting point. Yeah. Good. Zakaria?
Like a lot of non-Muslims fear death, knowing that it's like a separation for a lot of people who just prefer the dunya in a way.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So people who are very involved in this life and think that this life is everything, so the pleasures of this life, they think that the death is the end for them. So it's destroying all of these pleasures, whereas for us, death is the beginning, isn't it? Death is the beginning of a beautiful afterlife. Okay. We've got another example of a hadith here. Dawood Said, could you read the bottom green hadith on the screen?
When asked about looking around whilst praying, why did the Prophet, peace be upon him, say, "It is a way by which Shaitan steals a portion from the salah of a person"?
Yep. What do you think, Dawood?
Because I think because you like look away, you're losing contact with Allah, and that's how Shaitan steals your salah from you.
Yeah, so he wins and takes it kind of reduces the reward, doesn't it? First of all, we know that it's disliked to look around during the prayer. Where should you be looking during the prayer? Does anyone know? Hisham?
I think your prayer mat.
Whereabouts? There is a particular point on your prayer mat, Zayn.
Where your head touches the prayer mat when you go down for sujood.
Fantastic, yeah. What about when you're making ruku? So there's different places where you look at different parts of prayer. When you're in ruku, where should you be looking, Amina?
Is it at your feet?
It's at your feet. And then when you're in tashahhud, so when you sat down on your knees, anyone know where you're looking then? Go on, Amina.
Where you just had your head down.
No, I believe it's where you place your hands.
Oh.
And then obviously you say your salams and things. Okay. Okay. So in front of us we have the Kaaba. Has anyone been to the Kaaba and their concentration is just so much easier to concentrate there than it is when you're at home? Why do you think that the case is? Why do you think being in that presence and looking at the Kaaba is more helpful when it comes to concentrating in your prayer? Dawood Malik?
Is it because like maybe there are like millions of people praying around you, like next to you?
Yeah, everybody's
maybe
doing the
it's
same thing
easier.
there, mashallah, good. Hisham?
Because like if you're at home, you'll just be facing the Qibla, like you know which direction it's in. If you're actually there, it's right in front of you.
It is, it's fantastic, isn't it?
Also, I've never actually been to the Kaaba, but I'm going Umrah in 3 weeks.
Oh, that's amazing, mashallah. You must be so excited.
Yeah, and I'm gonna shave my hair, so
Oh yeah, we're gonna see a little bald Hisham next month. Cute. Musa?
It's where it's the house of God, and it's where and Allah is like above the Kaaba.
So it's the actual house of God. So that is a really good point. Zakaria?
I think it's much more easier to picture what to be doing when it's more physical than
Yeah, exactly, mashallah. So good job. And you don't have your worldly distractions there, do you? So you're not gonna have the TV. There's no TVs there. You're probably not gonna be checking your phone. Habib?
You can feel like a presence of Allah, like a glorified presence,
Definitely can.
and then like you feel like you're like awe of Allah, because like so amazed.
For sure. You're gonna have to make dua for me, Hisham, to go because I haven't been since I was like 8, and now I'm like almost 32, and I really want to go again as an adult. So, inshallah, I want to take like my eldest son as well because we just dream about it and we just talk about it a lot. So, oh, remember, I'll tell you this, Hisham. Make a special dua when you see the Kaaba for the first time. So, what a lot of people do is that when they're walking in, they'll put their head down and then they'll think about the dua that they want to make, and then they'll look up and make the dua. So the dua that you make when you see the Kaaba for the first time is very, very special and maybe more likely to be accepted. So make sure it's a good dua.
okay.
Okay, inshallah. Okay, alrighty. Let's have a look at these pictures and how they relate to today's lesson on Fushu. Okay, so what are these hands here? What could they be showing us? Amara?
Representing dua.
Okay, so how can we, like, what's dua got to do with khushu?
Because you can pray to God and like ask him for like for more khushu.
Good, yeah. So if you're somebody who gets distracted in their prayers a lot, just make dua for it. That goes with anything in life. Let's say you have a little bit of arrogance in you and you want to become a better person. You'd make dua to Allah, help me get rid of the arrogance in my heart or jealousy in my heart. Always make dua to Allah for everything in life. Good. What about this cheeky Nando's at the bottom here? Maya?
You shouldn't let food distract you while you're praying.
Okay, so what should you do if there is food and you're hungry?
You should eat it first and then go pray if there's time.
Good, mashallah. Fantastic. And what about this poor guy? What's happening to him there? What's that got to do with Hushu? Um, Ismail?
Headache.
Headache. So how can he deal with that? And how do you think it would distract from prayer? We've not actually spoken about this one. Tell us how we can distract from prayer and what can we do to deal with it. Yeah, go on, Ismail.
Like the pain gets onto your nerves and like distracts you from praying.
Okay, so what can we do then?
Take some anti-pain medicine.
Good, yeah. So, I mean, if you have time, sort of rest before the prayer ends, can and then pray later, or obviously take the right medication. Okay, what about this picture here of the tombstones, Ayub? What's that? What's that representing?
I think it's representing like the grave and the two angels that's gonna come.
Okay, good. Yeah, it could be talking about the grave. We mentioned about death. So thinking about that questioning and everything when you pray. And then the last picture here, cute little baby Iman. Imam, how is this distracting Maria?
Because like the baby is gonna be distracting you while you pray, so maybe you should just take the baby out of the room or like give it something else to be distracted with.
Yes, it's like you got to distract the baby so the baby doesn't distract you. Yeah. So, and babies are very distracting in prayer.
Why does the baby have a beard?
Oh, I don't know. It's just to make you guys laugh. That's all. Okay. I wanted to mention something as well. So my teachers always mention something really good, which really helps your concentration in prayer. So when you're praying, you should imagine as though God is in front of you, the angel of death is behind you, heaven is to your right, and hell is to your left. If you remember that, your concentration in prayer will be top notch, inshallah. Okay, don't go anywhere because there's a few of you that have not completed the test. So I'm sending it on the chat now and I will read your names out, or you should know who you are. So please click on the link. Make sure it says class test workbook 3. So that is from the top of my head. I remember that it's Ayub. I believe was it you as well, Mariam, I think? 1 second. Let me double check. So Zoya, Ismail Khan, Mariam
Teacher,
Hussein, and Ayub.
after should we stay in the Zoom meeting while we do the test or should we leave?
No, you should click on the link and leave, please. Start it.
Okay.
And anyone else who's got another lesson after this, just keep the link open and then you can do the test after your second lesson, okay? Everyone else is free to go, but Zoya, Ismail, Mariam, and you, please make sure you get that test done. And see you next week. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Thanks,